Good morning. It is a Wednesday morning. Jim, Deb, and Kevin, July the 26th. It is going to be a warm next couple of days.
We are in a stretch of, Jim, substitute the word hot for that sentence you just said.
Yeah, it's going to be hot.
It's going to be high today of what?
Today's 95, tomorrow 97, Friday 99. That's the actual temperature.
And that's the start of the Indiana State Fair.
Wow. Yeah, on Friday.
But I will thank you, Deb. The other day, I couldn't find the deodorant I usually use, which is kind of a powdery white that you have on it. So all I found was the gel kind of stuff like that, which never feels like you're dry.
Yeah.
It always feels wet.
Why do you think Deb for that?
Because she said, well, what you do is you take your arms out like this, and then when you're walking around, it slowly cools.
We were sitting in a meeting, and he was like, I had to wear gel. He leans over, and this is what he says. I had to wear gel deodorant today. And I'm like, thank you for the information.
Yeah.
But why are you telling me this? He goes, because it's wet, and I'm uncomfortable. I'm feeling it. And I go, hold your arms out.
Yeah, so if
Wait a minute. It's still wet? You put it on, and 5 hours later, it's still wet?
It just
he
feels
just
like
said it felt different than the normal stick.
Yeah, it doesn't have that dry.
Maybe you're putting too much on.
How about don't share that with your coworkers? What was I supposed to do for
Appreciate
you?
your help. But does this look normal when I put my arms out like this?
Not really. He's got his shoulders up to his ears.
Right. So, well, thank you, Deb. 72 degrees now at WFMS. 95.5 WFMS. Good mornings, Jim, Deb, and Kevin. Colts camp.
Just in time for the hot weather, like you said.
Right.
Colts camp starts today. You can get at 9 o'clock this morning. You can get tickets at Colts.com. However, I'll tell you, they're sold out Friday and also on Saturday.
On Saturday, okay.
There's always a big demand. Of course, it's out at
Grand Park.
Grand Park.
Yeah, perfect location for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think it'll be hot if you go out there, though, too.
What did you see a picture yesterday of Richardson's
the
kid brother?
The new quarterback, his younger brother, which we did some digging, found out, I think he's 13. So what would that be, about 8th grade?
Yeah, probably.
But he was wearing a Westfield Rocks football. It said Rocks Forever, which is one of our football shirts. My husband's a coach
He
in
might
the
be playing for them.
You never know.
Yeah, because he moved here.
Although if it's 8th, my husband coaches 8th grade, so it's not that.
So Anthony brought his mom, I think stepdad, and then kid brother here. They're living with him. So because he just turned 21 and just signed a contract for $34 million. So.
Right.
But anyway, camp starts today, 9 o'clock, but you got to get tickets, and you can do that at their website.
And tickets are free.
At Colts.com, but they are sold out on some of the days.
Right.
So get them now.
They have capacity they can do there, too. So
that's right.
Yeah, but it's a sign the football season is around the corner. I can't wait.
But that's really cool, though, because some of the Colts players will sign autographs. I've seen the coach out there.
You can buy
Chris Ballard out. They all
you
sign
can buy
autographs.
souvenirs and that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Get some concessions.
A little fun for the whole family. But
That's fun.
Dress for cool.
Well,
and to be cool, I guess is
you
what I'm
can't
trying to
get
say.
much less than a tank top, otherwise you're shirtless.
Well, that's true.
I feel bad for the guys.
Yeah, no
football
kidding.
players.
That's
This
true.
is tough.
Morning, 6:23. Jim, Deb, and Kevin at 95.5 WFMS.
I think we all can agree that we have some of the smartest listeners around.
Yeah.
And we've done this before. We go online or we mention on the air, hey, we need help with something. And within minutes, we have the answer. And here's the latest problem we have. Jim has an old guitar.
Old Takamine
He'd like
guitar.
to play it more often, but it has it's got a break in it.
Up in the neck there, it's split, so the headstock kind of comes forward.
Yeah, so it needs to be repaired. Hates to just throw it away.
I don't know if you can replace it, if you have to replace the whole.
Well, I looked it up. The person who fixed guitars is called a luthier.
Luthier.
Fancy name.
I never knew that.
And that's a person who fixes or makes guitars. I just wonder if there's someone here in central Indiana that is a luthier.
Where'd that name come from?
I don't know. That could fix Jim's guitar.
Well, I would think there probably would be.
You said it's on the neck?
Yeah, it's up near the headstock there.
Yeah.
And it's it just splits, so it's going forward now because it's just cracked. I don't know if you can glue it or
I
not.
would think that would change the acoustics.
Right,
the
that's
sound
why
of
you don't want to just slap some glue on it and go, I'm good to go, because I've got woodworking glue. I could do that, but that could change the sound of the guitar. Deb's exactly
it's kind of
right.
like maybe a car, when you take it to the mechanic, you can't just replace one little thing. You got to take the whole bumper off. So I don't know, maybe not.
I don't know.
Yeah.
So
if you are a luthier or you know a luthier, then have them call us.
Yeah, either call or text us, whatever you want to do, whichever is easier. 317-255-9367. You can call or text that number, too. 255-9367. Yeah.
And Jim tips very well.
Yeah. Maybe he'd write a song about you.
Should I have said that? Oh, I'm so sorry.
Well, maybe you could write a jingle for a luthier.
A luthier?
Oh, as compensation?
Well, I don't know. I'm just saying.
So frugal over here.
Whatever would
Trying
work.
to save you money.
Get that number?
It's 317-255-9367. Text or call.
Yeah,
okay.
If you text, we'll write you back.
Help Jimmy out.
Find time to leave me, luthier.
Luthier.
95.5 WFMS. Good morning with Jim, Deb, and Kevin.
Time for National News. Now, Luke Combs still has time, but his time is running out. I'll get to that in about 30 seconds.
Okay.
Lainey Wilson loves what Yellowstone, the TV show, has done for a Western way of life, all the way down to people are buying boots again.
Oh, yeah.
Cowboy shirts and cowboy hats.
Dusters.
And she said it's also
Bell
been
bottoms.
great for country music. It's cool again, she says.
That's awesome.
Miranda Lambert is mourning the loss of her rescue dog, Thelma.
I saw that.
She adopted Thelma back in 2016 along with Louise. She had Thelma and Louise. They lived on her farm near Nashville, Tennessee. So back in April, Luke Combs and his wife, Nicole, admitted that they were having trouble coming up with baby names, specifically boy names. They're going to have another boy.
Okay.
Boy is due in September, and they just announced they're still not any closer to having a name. So he's got time to find a name, but we're getting closer to September. So he's looking for some baby names.
It's
maybe
important.
we should
boy names.
submit a few, maybe we should submit Jim Kevin.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Like Jim Bob, it'd be Jim Kev.
Yeah, just combine yours. And maybe he would, maybe that would be interesting.
Wouldn't that be funny? If
Hey, that's a big decision, when you're making a decision. That's their name for life.
Wasn't it Tracy Bird that went like...
Maybe a month?
I thought it was
like a month.
I thought it was Clint Black.
No, it was Tracy Bird. It was like a month before they named the
They said
baby.
they wanted to see him first, and then felt like a name would come to them. And that's interesting. A couple of other people, Kylie Jenner has done that as well.
Right, what C?
But that's weird to me. Like, what do you call him for that first month?
Right, hey, you. Look at that little baby.
Well, they don't answer back at that age anyway.
Well,
so
I know,
it's
but
okay.
still.
Got some hot days ahead, so why not have a hot Kevin's bad joke worth repeating?
Right.
Sponsored by Hearing Solutions of Indiana. You've never heard like this before. Did you know the animals played a football game on Noah's Ark?
Yeah,
No.
a football game.
It's true. They divided the teams up by decks, the B deck and the C deck. In the first half, the C deck was unstoppable, mainly because the rhinoceros was on the C deck, and once a rhino gets running, it's hard to stop him.
Yeah.
So the first half ended with a score of 24-0. The second half started with the C deck getting the ball as well. But this time, the B deck's defensive line was just a centipede. That's it, one centipede, the whole defensive line. Well, just like in the first half, the rhino gets the ball, and he immediately is tackled by the centipede. The rhino fumbles the ball. The centipede picks up the ball and weaves in and out through people and scores a touchdown.
Oh, wow.
The crowd goes crazy. The C-Deck's captain, who happened to be a lion, rushes over and says, "Centipede, that was amazing. Where were you in the first half?" Centipede answers, "I was lacing my shoes."
That'll take a while. That's a lot of shoes.
Yeah, that's taking a lot there, doesn't it? 95.5 WFMS. Good morning. It's Jim, Deb, and Kevin on this beautiful hot Wednesday morning.
Yeah.
So talk me through this because I got really frustrated the other night. And, normally I'm pretty laid back, but I did DoorDash, and we're frequent users of DoorDash at least a couple times a week. It just comes in handy when we're all trying to be in different places. And so anyways, I DoorDashed dinner because I knew I only had so much time to get it done before someone had to leave. And so it wasn't so much that it was late, but, it said it would be there within 30 minutes or whatever. And I did it from a pizza place who doesn't normally deliver, which is why I did DoorDash. So the DoorDash driver goes, picks up the pizza and the garlic knots and then brings it to the house. And it said it would be there in like 35 minutes. And then I noticed, well, why isn't it here yet? So I looked at my app and the app said that the delivery time had been moved. And now it was going to be another 15 minutes. And I thought, oh, maybe the pizza place was backed up. So I didn't think anything of it. And then I realized I got a text. They send you these notifications for updates. And I got this text and it said, let me just make up a name, like Brian. Brian is finishing up an order and will be to your home with yours shortly. And I remember thinking, finishing up an order. So then I looked, it gives you in real time, you can follow Brian's route.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
And so for example, the pizza place is in the middle and I'm over here on the left. And all he had to do was turn left down that one road and I'm 5 minutes down the road. He went to the right and went all the way out of his way.
Oh, he's lost.
No, he went to another place, picked up another order, and then brought our pizza to us 15 minutes later. And I Googled it. I'm like, is this a thing? It's called Double Dash, where they have a chance to make additional money on one trip for two businesses. But
Gotcha.
I think at the expense of the first original order, mine, by the time the pizza got there, it wasn't hot anymore. It was lukewarm at best.
And a few miles on it?
Well, because he went 15 minutes out of his way.
Right.
And it just annoyed me. Now, I know most people are going to be like, then go pick up the pizza yourself.
Okay, then go pick up the pizza yourself. That's what I was thinking about.
Well, I was, okay, I had a Zoom call. Someone else was trying to leave. We were just a little stressed that night. Yeah. It was one of those nights where no one was going to be able to sit together. So that was just my best choice.
Gotcha.
And, because pizza and garlic knots are healthy, right?
Good stuff.
So that was my best option. And then I thought, well, at that point, I could have gone and picked it up myself.
Yeah.
Because he went 15 minutes. Now, I get it. I want them to maximize their trips and all of that.
Sure,
but I don't think Double Dash should be allowed.
So did you not tip them because of that?
Well, I had already tipped.
Oh.
Now, you do have the option to go on there and remove a tip, but I didn't want to do that because it's a feature that DoorDash allows.
Yeah.
I just don't agree with it.
I've had that happen before.
I feel like they should ask for permission or
watch
something.
the little car, it's going the wrong way. I'm like, where's he going?
Yeah, I know. Like, hey, I live over here. And everyone's asking me where the pizza is.
Yeah.
And I told them 7:35.
Yeah.
And it got there at like 7:52. And so that was my first thing was I knew it would likely not be piping hot, which is what you want, right?
I know that you can have them stop and get something else, on their way. Let's say you get a pizza and you want them to stop at Walgreens.
I need Tylenol at Walgreens.
Yeah,
I didn't do that,
okay,
but it's apparently it's a thing, and it's called Double Dash, and it's allowed, and I don't agree with it.
Well, you could always do the Tombstone pizza in the oven.
Yes, you could.
That works.
Yes, you could.
Right. Or as you mentioned earlier, you could go get it.
Yeah, you can go get it.
You know what? I
That's
pay
right.
the what's it called? The Dash Pass.
Yeah.
I pay the $9.99 for free delivery. I don't pay for you to go and get somebody else's order and possibly drop theirs off because it's on the way, and then my pizza's cold. Okay, I'm off my soapbox now. Sorry.
Right.
I feel good about it, though.
I don't feel good about it.
So, it's fun. It's game. Look, where's he going?
Remember, you pay $9 for someone to deliver. I'll go do it for you.
From the east side.
Kevin Dash.
95.5 WFMS.
Talking about DoorDash and double door dashing. Did you see this in the news? DoorDash software, they pinned a home as a Popeyes location. Mm-hmm. So for a period of 2 weeks, DoorDash drivers are going to this home and saying, "Hey, where's the Popeyes food?" And they're like, "We're a house. We're a neighborhood."
It's a residence.
Yeah, and it was the location, the software that DoorDash was using. It took them 2 weeks to fix the problem. So for a period of 2 weeks, people kept going.
DoorDash coming in there.
Going, "Hey, where's the Popeyes?"
That'd be frustrating if you're the homeowner, and then because after a while, if I'm a DoorDash driver, I wouldn't even be looking at my software. I would just know that that's where I picked up my Popeyes orders in the last few days or a couple of weeks. So after a while, you've got that ingrained in your brain. That'd be hard to forget.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it would be, because especially after a couple of weeks of that,
Oh, sure.
Yeah, so, okay. All right. Well,
that'd be annoying. Yeah. Unless you're going to be like, hey, at one point, bring me something.
I was going to say, bring the chicken someone else buying. That'd be hard to forget for sure.
Yeah.
95.5 WFMS. Morning, it is 7:40. Jim, Deb, and Kevin.
We talk a lot about dogs because we're all dog people. Mm-hmm. And I got a message from someone the other day and said, "Hey, give some cat some love."
That's right.
And so here's a cat story that I think animal lovers will love, and specifically cat lovers. A bunch of stray cats have been living in Coors Field, which is where it's in Denver, Colorado. Mm-hmm. They live there, and their keep is they catch the mice in the area. So they're okay with the stray cats being there because they earn their keep by catching the stray mice that are in that stadium. Huh. Well, the oldest cat has been there for over a decade, and they're going to adopt him out. He's going to retire from chasing mice
and get a home.
And so the local shelter in the area is making their services available to find a forever home.
I don't think that'll take long.
Oh, I don't think so either.
But let me ask you this: are these cats where they're contained and they just let them roam loose?
Well,
what happens on game day?
You wait for the mouse to come to your.
No. I'm saying okay. No, you're missing the point. Like I'm saying, do they have a place where at night? Maybe they let them out, but then during the day they feed them or whatever.
I wonder if they do feed them.
They're not just wild cats running. What happens on game day? All of a sudden there's one on your seat.
The story says they're stray cats, so that would imply that they happen to claim they're like a feral cat that lives there.
That seems weird to me.
Well, it's been working because they don't have any mice, or at least the population of mice is down because of them. But I love the fact that they're going to retire.
I love that.
Said, "I'm not punching my time card anymore.
That's it.
I want to retire."
We're going to call him Rocky.
Well, and he's got some fame, so I would
agree
imagine
with you, Deb.
It would take no time.
It will not take long at all to adopt this cat out.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. But you do have a good point, Deb. You never see the cat in the field.
Yeah, are there litter boxes, underneath the concession?
It's happened before, though. You've seen a ball game where a cat runs across.
Yeah. Yeah,
yeah, but if they have several, I mean, I just would think that, I don't know, I just think it's...
They don't have any mice on the field. I'll tell you that much.
Nope.
Because of those cats.
You don't want to see a litter box next to your corn dog. I mean, that just seems weird.
Oh, I never thought of that. Where they go? We're on the pitcher's mound.
There are droppings somewhere. Somewhere.
Sliding in a second.
Okay.
Oh, boy.
Okay. We went the wrong direction there.
95.5 WFMS, 808 with Jim, Deb, and Kevin.
We love to put these little JDK flash polls up on our Facebook page, asking you what are the weird things that you've seen while driving, funny, odd, strange things you've seen while driving. I had one. We were driving up, as you know, we went to Wisconsin a couple weeks ago, 7-hour drive up there, and we passed a car that it was a car that was hitched to a wrecker. And the back window of the car had a sign. It said, "Caution, car being towed," and it was spelled TOAD.
Oh no!
So I think they did it on purpose, so you would go, "Oh, okay, I get it. That's funny."
Right.
You know, but caution, car being towed. Either that or that. That's how they.
It's a shorter word.
How they spell it. Have you guys seen anything weird while driving?
I'm gonna just stay silent. I told you mine, and it was vulgar, and I was traumatized as a sophomore in high school.
I forgot about that.
Someone was doing something they shouldn't have been doing.
Right. Yeah, when you were to a bunch of girls.
Well, we were a bunch of dancers on a bus going to an event, so they thought that would be fun, apparently. Okay, well, cheers,
Forgot
Jim.
about that, Jimmy.
Oh, it's Halloween, you could expect. Somebody was going to a party. It was kind of funny, but it was a Barney the dinosaur, and he had the head on. He or she had the head on. Probably wasn't good to be
While
driving.
driving?
But I just, is that Barney?
How do you know it wasn't really Barney? Why do you assume it was a Halloween costume?
Well, I guess you got a point there, Kevin.
Yeah,
That doesn't seem safe at all.
Shelley writes in, she says, downtown Indy, a woman had a tray attached to her steering wheel. She was putting on her makeup while she was driving.
Oh.
So this wasn't one of those, I'm going to just touch this up in the rearview mirror while driving. She brought her kit with her and attached it to the steering wheel while driving. Not a good idea.
No.
Jamie says a guy was playing trumpet while driving.
No, really?
Why would you do that?
Now, I'm not a musician, but doesn't that normally take two hands to play trumpet?
I
Maybe you could do it with one hand, I guess.
I guess
sure,
you could.
Yeah.
Still.
Yeah. Lisa says a teen driving with her feet and putting on her makeup.
Not smart.
A lot of makeup
Come on.
stuff. Mandy, a lady shaving. And I'm assuming her legs.
Okay, let's just move on. Go on.
Let's see here. Julie says a woman in another car putting on pantyhose. So I hope she wasn't the driver.
You can throw your back out doing
kidding.
that.
Yeah, or as you mentioned the other day, Spanx, it's like doing a major workout, putting those on. I'm assuming she was not driving the car.
Let's hope
she was the passenger in the car.
Hey, I wouldn't put a pastor. You see it all.
Melinda says, now, Melinda may top it all on our Facebook page. She's actually saw this, and I have to believe that she's probably telling the truth. She saw someone using the turn signal.
Oh, my heavens. Are you serious?
Shocking.
And then they turned?
And then they turned.
Or just left it on?
Oh, you see, maybe they just left it on.
I'm guilty of eating in the car when I shouldn't. You know, when I say eating, I don't mean portable foods. Like I've had a bowl of cereal before, and I shouldn't do that. Okay, so I've learned my lesson. But I have seen people do office work on their laptop while driving down the highway.
Yeah.
You know, I know you might be late or you need an email sent, but certainly there's a safety issue.
Right.
We are certainly not sanctioning any of these.
No.
But we are laughing at a few of them. If you'd like to leave your comment, go to our Facebook page, or you can call us right now.
Right.
Or text us, 317-255-9367. 317-255-9367. What are some of the odd things you've seen while driving?
Good morning. Jim, Deb, and Kevin at 825.
Talking about crazy things you've seen while driving.
Yeah.
We've all seen odd things. Mm-hmm. I saw a car hooked to a tow truck with the sign on the back of the car being towed. TOAD. But I think they did it on purpose.
They said, maybe they just ran out of room. So just spell it this way.
It could be. Well, we asked folks on Facebook to give us some examples of odd things they've seen. Julie says, driving from Indy to Columbus, Indiana, on 65, I saw a guy driving a Pinto with a calf in the back seat.
Calf?
Now, how would a calf fit in the back seat of a Pinto?
Well, that's not much
Certainly
room,
not comfortably.
No. I assume it was still alive, too.
Right.
Vicky says, a guy hauling a roll of carpet through both windows in the front
no.
seat.
Oh,
yeah.
my.
So it goes like a big airplane wing.
Right. Gets to a certain speed, he's airborne.
Took up lane 1 and 2
I don't
on
know
that
if
one.
that's safe.
I'm sure it's not.
No.
Jan says, I once saw a wild turkey walking down the side of I-70.
Wild turkey.
When a turkey buzzard, I wonder, maybe it's one of those.
It could have been.
Yeah,
I think it's a wild turkey. But I've seen that, too, walking around. Renee says a peacock. She's seen a peacock around. Now, I've never seen that.
No.
On the highway?
Yeah.
That was some road.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's what Renee thinks.
Right.
At least. Anyway, if you'd like to weigh in, we'd love to hear. You can go to our Facebook page and weigh in on our JDK Flash poll. Odd things you've seen while driving.
Yeah, there's a lot of.
Try not to describe Deb.
Now
If you've ever passed Deb while driving.
I have stirred some meatballs while driving. They were in a crock pot.
And you multitasker, you.
Yeah, I should. These are things you should not do.
Do you ever think after saying it, I probably shouldn't have admitted that on the air?
Actually, you know what? I'm a lesson on what not to do. I'm trying to help out kids.
Good for you.
Be more cautious.